You're watching TVC Breakfast. They offer life-saving assistance and they oversee the entrance of a new life into the world. They are the midwives, and today, International Midwives Day serves to recognize and celebrate their achievements and contributions to improving newborn, maternal, reproductive, and sexual health outcomes. It is also a day to motivate policymakers to implement change by recognizing the professional role of a midwife and provide adequate resources for them. Joining me now via Skype is the Director of Family Health at Lead Nurse Africa International Foundation, Julie Mogbu. Julie, good morning. It's good to have you this morning. It's really good to see you.
Good morning.
Great. Now, happy International Midwives Day. It's really a day that everyone needs to celebrate one way or the other. But talk to us basically, how challenging is it for midwives at this critical time where there is the global pandemic and everyone is still confused as to how uncertain things are being going forward, especially in the area of health?
Thank you very much, Mike. At this time, for the midwives, as they are celebrating the International Day of the Midwife, they have been having so many meetings discussing the challenges they are facing and how they can modify their services in order to attend to patients or their clients who do not have COVID-19. Because the truth is, there are so many other non-COVID cases there that needs attention. So the challenges that midwives are currently facing are quite numerous. One of such is that pregnant women are afraid about even being pregnant during this period. I have heard some comments from women saying this is not the right time to be pregnant. So does that mean that life has to come to a halt because we are fighting a pandemic? There are other fears about going to a facility to give birth. So they say things like, no, going to the hospital is a no-go area. It's not an option to consider. There are also many women who are considering having their babies at home. So midwives are now thinking on how they can meet the needs of these pregnant women.
Well, as it is right now, certainly we've heard a lot of pregnant mothers saying, being skeptical about going to hospitals. But one way or the other, is it safe to give birth at home because people are scared of being at the hospitals?
Well, in all honesty, the midwife is a professional. She is skilled to take care of a pregnant woman during pregnancy, during labor, and then childbirth. And even after the child is born, a midwife can attend to a woman close to 6 weeks post-delivery. And they also have been trained to manage domiciliary deliveries and childbirth. So they are skilled at it. But to minimize post-pregnancy complications and any other one that may come, maybe a precondition that the woman may have been in, so it is advised for the woman to give birth at the hospital. However, we can't rule out the fact that there are chances that there might be a need for some women. How about those who just decide that, no, I'm not going to the hospital, I want to have my baby, so they're at home? So there are many things that has to be put in place. As much as possible, I think there's a need for stakeholders to come to a round table and have a discussion as to how to manage these, because babies are going to come, conceptions are going to take place. So if the women are afraid to come to the facilities, are there going to be some designated facilities that these women can go to? How many are these facilities? Who are the midwives that are going to attend to these that are not already working in either at the front line or isolation centers?
Now, talk to us really, what kind of threat does COVID-19 pose to pregnant women and even midwives on the other hand?
So for the midwives, it's going to be quite difficult for them because primarily they should be taking care of pregnant women. So if there happens to be a shortage of nursing staff and they have to be redeployed to isolation centers or other facilities caring for COVID-19 patients, they may not be readily available to attend to pregnant women. So that would affect them also psychologically. So for the women, the pregnant women, well, it has not been revealed by the World Health Organization till as of this morning that there's a greater danger or greater risk to pregnant women being exposed to COVID-19, and there has not been a scientifically proven fact that the fetus is also at danger, and it's so far pregnant women can still live their normal lives even during this pandemic. So they just need the normal care. They just need the normal emotional support, because it's only natural for them to be afraid of their babies, afraid of delivery, afraid of going to the hospital. So a lot of emotional support has to come in this regard.
All right. Is there any particular prescribed protocol or as to how midwives should care for pregnant mothers at this time of COVID-19? For instance, if a pregnant woman is coming for her regular antenatal care, because of the scare of COVID-19, are there some precautions to take differently than what it used to be?
Yes, unfortunately, pregnant women, the practice initially used to be, the usual practice is that they come together for their antenatal. It's a time for them to network and share their fears, their concerns with other pregnant women, and also get motivated just in case they feel that they are alone in their journeys. So they will not be able to have that, as large gatherings are restricted. So they can't come together as before. That's one. And some facilities, from the reports that we've gotten, because we had to create a platform to cater for some pregnant women. So from report that we get, some facilities are shut down and have told their clients to go back home and come back after COVID-19. And we don't know when this is going to be over. So the precautions that I have seen so far is that they should only go during appointments. They shouldn't gather as a group anymore like they used to. But I think there's still a gap in that precaution. They're still supposed to exercise their normal preventive measures, take hygiene very seriously, eat adequately, and ensure social distancing. But as regards their particular primary care, which has to do with their healthy state and the ability to give birth and not experience any form of or minimize post-pregnancy complications, that has not been adequately catered for.
All right.
I believe that the council, the International Confederation of Midwives, would be working on that, and they have some programs that are lined up that would help these women during this period.
All right. We have to leave you here now. Thank you very much, Julie Mogbo, for your time on the program.